Here comes the sun, do-do-do-do. Here comes the sun, and I said, it's alright. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Bye, guys. Thank you for keeping it quiet over here last night. Hey guys, we ran into Joe and Steve. They were through hiking last year too. Got off at Standing Bear, got back on at Standing Bear 6 days ago.
Yes.
And get this though, after last year's hike, they did not go home, ever.
No.
So let me have y'all take it from here and just tell everybody what y'all have been doing.
So Australia being as locked down as it is, it's really hard for people to get home at all, but it's really hard for people to get back out. So we decided that we'd try to stay out as long as possible, and we waited it out here in Chicago, and we bought some bicycles and we rode Route 66 to LA, and our flights were cancelled, so we went to Seattle and we rode back to Chicago via Mount Rushmore and Yellowstone.
Wow.
So that was awesome. Absolutely awesome. Everybody should do it.
Yeah.
And 5 days left on our visa, our flights got cancelled again. So at that stage, we'd just given up. So we Googled what country will take us. So we ended up cycling around Ireland, going up the Wild Atlantic Way. That was incredible.
I bet.
Ireland went into lockdown, so we flew to Barcelona and rode down the Mediterranean all the way to Portugal. And from Portugal, we flew to Mexico City and rode all the way to Cancun, just so that we can wait out to hiking season and get back in and do it again.
That is so crazy. So y'all been living out of your packs for
Yes.
well over a year.
Yes.
There we go. So YouTube, maybe later, but Instagram is up to date. Slow Road to Anywhere. Y'all check them out. Oh my goodness. I see a van with an ice cooler out back. Fingers crossed. This is where I first met Hot Sauce last year. So maybe this is a good trail magic gap. Devil's Fork. You guys, it's Marlene to the rescue! Trail Angel Extraordinaire and my friends. It's always a good morning when you can get some hot coffee.
Oh, good.
Good.
First take.
Yeah. See you soon, Painless, hopefully. I was telling Marlene that last year at Devil's Fork Gap, where she was doing her trail magic, was where we had met Hot Sauce, like I said, and she was filling us in on what the coronavirus was like in the real world. You know, we're so sheltered here on the trail, and everything seemed totally normal, but she filled us in on what the news was saying and how it's affecting her community and the school she worked at. You know, things were shutting down, the country was shutting down. It was a real eye-opener, like, wow, this is bigger than we thought, and it very well may be affecting our hike this year. It was also during this period where we started hearing person after person that was getting off trail due to coronavirus. So it was a very sad and sobering time on trail for us. We've got some old mountain people here at rest. Dorothy Hensley, 1865 to 1965. Wow. She almost made it 100 years, May 2nd to April 30th. Man, 99 and 99 100ths. And Joe Rydell, 87 to 1967. I love stuff like this. Good old history of the people here. It was right here at this waterfall last year where I had my one and only injury. I was crossing those rocks right there, and on the last one, which was a little slick, I slipped and came down right on my knee. Let's see if I can make it across this time. This is the one that did it. My poor knee finally recovered. Yeah, did it. Take that, rocks. It's funny to think that I'm just a tiny little blip on the side of one of those hills and mountains, crisscrossing under trees. Under all these mountains, they all look the same. And I'm just one tiny little dot on them. Holy cow, look at these flowers. The ground looks white. It's got some snow on it. The smell from them is amazing too. Just ran into hillbilly and moonshine again. And apparently these are ramps, which are real good for you when you eat. So I'm gonna try to dig one out. My trowel is packed away, so we'll just use the fingers. Of course, I'm gonna have muddy fingers for days, but whatever, we're in the woods, right? I'm just being a gardener. Okay, I got some. I think he said they were like onions, and they sure smell oniony. So I'm gonna take these with me, gonna wash them off, and we'll quiz Hillbilly a little bit more and see how we eat these. Do we have to cook them? Can I eat them raw? What do they taste like? Ooh, this is exciting. Another interesting bit of history here. This land used to belong to the Moye, I assume you pronounce it, family. And it talks about how it was passed then to the U.S. Forest Service. I don't think it says what year, but it's neat to think that there used to be a homestead here, right? Instead of the trail. And it reminds me of the indigenous people here. You know, we came in, the European Americans, and we took their land, their homes from them. And all this land that we're walking through used to be people's homes too. Maybe some of them sold it to the federal government willingly, but I would imagine that was not always the case. I spy with my little eye an ice chest that looks promising. Oh, let's see what it is. Oh, what? All right, I just realized I'm gonna get into camp pretty late. I still got some miles to go, so we're gonna take a beer to drink on the road, and then we're gonna take a soda to chase that with, perhaps an orange. Thank you very much to whoever provided this. Makes our day. Onward! Hey, thank you, Tennessee. Although, I feel like I've been in you a while now. I'm not sure how that works. Looks like this is the spot. Sunrise should be right over there. Let's set up camp. Bear bag is hung. My aim seems to be getting worse rather than better, but at least it wasn't as bad as last night. You guys, look at this sight. I am so excited. Can't get over it. It's gonna be a good night and a good morning. No night hiking in the morning tomorrow for me. We're gonna wait for that nice sunrise. Okay guys, it's ramp extravaganza time. We get to see what these are like. So for those of you who haven't been watching faithfully, I am stoveless, so I have no way of cooking these. However, Google said we can eat them raw. It said that you can eat the entire plant, but the 3 sections it mentioned were the leaves are the least rampy, and then the stem is a little more rampy, and then the bulb is, hey, watch out. So we're gonna try these 3 and see what the consensus is. Let's try this bulb. I can see where it's a little spicier, but again, it's not bad. So let's eat some ramps for dinner tonight, along with the rest of the stuff I have, and let's get some bad breath.